Successful organizations have dedicated staff working behind the scenes who are passionate about helping others learn, grow, and succeed. At ISSA, your association for cleaning and facility solutions, we ensure the right professionals are ready to serve you no matter what you need. And to spotlight this, we are visiting with ISSA's Associate Director of Education, Training, and Field Services to learn more about the person behind the title, what he does for ISSA member companies, organizations, and individuals. Who is it? It's Derek. Derek, welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks, Jeff. Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you. Where do we find you today? Are you in DC?
No, I'm actually at the home office today, which is a rare occurrence nowadays.
Yeah, we were talking offline about all the travels Derek does to help members and people and projects that got going on. If you need to know the best food to eat in Washington, D.C., Derek.
I'm your guy.
All right, well, let's get started and talk about you a little bit to begin. Tell us about yourself, family, where you're from. Feel free to share.
Born and raised in Montreal, Canada. I joined the industry as a 16-year-old, passing the mop in a food court. My dad kind of introduced me to the industry. He worked for a large BSC here in Montreal. And yeah, so as a 16-year-old, started in the food court, was given opportunities by, various companies and, worked my way up to, general director for some pretty large companies here in Montreal. And in 2017, I was approached by a gentleman who offered me a consulting job. I told him I would give him 6 months. I stayed with him for 7 years, and in 2023 joined the ISSA. So here I am.
All right, good to know.
Yeah,
16-year-old working in the food court cleaning up and you stuck with it.
I did.
That tells us something. Do you like it? Do you like what you're doing?
I love what I'm doing. I've always enjoyed being a problem solver. And when you start working for these bigger companies and having an executive role, you're called on to be a problem solver, and that's why I also love consulting, is because we always get called by clients that they have a problem, and can we find a way to help them and solve their problem? And that to me is a challenge, and it's probably the biggest reason why I love doing what I do.
So let's dig into that a bit because everyone knows what a consultant is. They're someone who helps you with challenges, as you mentioned. What do you do behind the scenes as you look at helping members with their issues that we might not know about? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so one of the most important things that we do is we get called in, they have a staffing problem, let's say, right? But it's never that's only the tip of the iceberg 99% of the time, right? They always have bigger problems. They've identified a problem, but they don't know that that problem has a trickle down effect. So, for a consultant, the most effective way for us to be able to help somebody is get the boots on the ground. Get me into your facility, get us into your facility, and we will obviously identify areas where we can definitely help you get better. So it always starts with, X, but it always goes down to Y and Z.
The industry is always changing. How does ISSA identify emerging topics and determine which training programs, certifications, and educational resources members need most? I know your work in these arenas is impactful, but how do you figure out what to do, what to offer?
Yeah, so that's a great question, Jeff. Every client, even though the problem may be the same, the answer is never the same, right? So, we obviously like to guide them towards, other services that we offer, like our training and education, like top of the line. You can't, it's hard to be what we offer out there. And, I can go into a campus and they may be doing a lot of, manual label work where, we'll recommend some robotics, like you mentioned, the industry is always changing. So as a consultant, it's our responsibility to be at the forefront of everything that's changing. So we have, the right solutions for these clients when they come knocking.
There's a big list of opportunities for members to tap into educational opportunities, certifications, so many. Are there any that you really value that you would say we need more to take advantage of this?
So obviously I would direct the client towards a SIN certification. We're starting to get the word out there. We're obviously not where we'd like to be at this point in time, but we're getting a lot of traction, getting a lot of momentum, and getting the opportunity to explain to clients why they should jump on board with the SIN certification, right? That this is the easiest way to explain it is that it's an easel for a janitorial company, right? And we go through all your processes and procedures and make sure that, the documentation's in place. And we really go through it with a fine-tooth comb and make sure that they're ready for their certification and they're ready to, expand their businesses.
I talk to a lot of companies that are SIM certified and they love it. They see it as a game changer. What is your vision with Sims? Do you see it? What if everyone had it?
I mean, Sims isn't for everyone. There's a cost to it. There's also, there's roles and responsibilities within the organization that, maybe a mom and pop shop doesn't have the capacity to handle. But obviously, what I would like to see going forward is Sims becoming the industry standard. Janitorial's been around for, as long as I can remember. And, from one market to the next, there is no standard. The only thing that brings all these companies together, whether it be, in Canada or the United States, is that they have this SIM certification. So that's bringing them all, on the same playing ground, and it's instilling a standard within the industry. So yeah, that's what I would like to see is Sims become the standard across the board.
Yeah, I think it's happening. I do. Hearing a lot of good things, Derek, about Sims.
Well, it always takes a group to start the groundwork, right? So
Yeah.
glad to be part of it.
Mhm. So your work in field services puts you in direct contact with members. Tell
Yes.
us a little bit about what you're hearing. What are they going through? What are their biggest challenges, operational challenges or training challenges that you're hearing about? That those watching might go, "Yep, I'm seeing that too."
I think I'm going to speak on a personal note here. I deal with a lot of universities, and it's really an optimization problem that they have, right? They have the tools, they have the labor, they have the equipment. They have everything that they have uh, for them to be successful. They just don't know how to put it all together. So that's become one of our niches. We really come into these campuses and take those parts of the puzzles and help them put that puzzle together. And one of the things that I'm proud of is that whenever we tackle one of these projects, we always leave our client in a better position than when we found them. So that's something that we're proud of.
That is cool. So talk about some examples of how ISSA has helped industry professionals or organizations overcome challenges and succeed. Any case studies you might mention?
I'm not going to name names because we're still working with this organization, but we were called in to a new mandate where they were building a new center. They hadn't even struck dirt yet. And we were called in from the get-go to help them design the center with janitorial in mind, which is for me 30 plus years in the industry of first, which is super refreshing, right? So, how big do the doors have to be? Where do the janitorial closets need to be? The elevators, what's their capacity? So, to have a client with this prestige come to us and understand the importance of building a new center, but having the mindset to bring a team of janitorial experts to come in and really help them design, that speaks a lot to, what ISA brings, and it speaks a lot to the way the industry is now viewing cleaning.
You're talking about consulting with our industry before a building is,
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
A large client in DC, large client came to us and said, would you guys be interested in partnering with us in this project where, we're going to build this center, but we really want your input, and the finishing of the materials and stuff like that. They consulted us about all that stuff. So it was really, really refreshing to be part of a project like that.
I think I can speak for every cleaning professional that'll ever be in that building. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're already thanking us. They had their soft launch last week.
Yeah.
They're opening their doors to the public end of June. So we'll be there to accompany them through the official launch, and it'll be a proud moment for all of us involved.
Yeah, I wonder how many custodians or cleaning professionals say, "Why is the cleaning closet over there?" Or, you know, "Why isn't there a supply here?" Yeah.
A lot, just those conversations aren't where they should be, right? So,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. Or why those windows?
absolutely. Yes. Why those windows? Why are they so high?
Yeah. Derek, in closing, I'd love it if you would just share a piece of advice, career advice to any young professional coming in or in the industry, but young, getting
Yeah.
going. What would your advice be to them?
So today's my birthday, Jeff, right? And I look back sometimes at where I am and where I've come from. I think the key is to never give up. Always believe in yourself, right? Learn every day. I learned a lot from a lot of smart people around me, and these people gave me opportunities, and I made sure that I picked up on the lessons and the advice that was given. So always believe in yourself. I mean, I started as a kid in the food court at 16 years old, and I think I make a pretty good, living today. So it's obviously a career path that more should envision and aspire to.